Is aggression just a part of autism? If you are struggling to manage aggressive behavior in your child or clients with autism or toddlers showing signs of autism, I'm here to tell you that aggression is not a part of autism, and we should not expect it or accept aggression in autistic kids. If you're dealing with aggression, you are also not alone. Despite what you may have read online or heard from other autism parents, with the right strategies, you can in fact reduce or even in some cases eliminate aggression, and you can also increase communication and improve everyday life for everyone involved. I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, board-certified behavior analyst, autism mom, and the author of 2 books, including my latest book, Turn Autism Around, an action guide for parents of young children with early signs of autism. Over the past 25 years, I've helped thousands of parents and professionals manage problem behaviors, including aggression. Before we get into my 4 steps to tackle aggression, let me tell you about Sherry, who spent a few years working as a therapist with my son Lucas. Sherry moved to another state, and she was hoping to work with the preschoolers in the autism program as a behavior technician. Once she moved to the other state, though, they assigned her to work with highly aggressive teens. Unfortunately, they did not use the 4 steps I recommend. After 6 months of working with aggression, because the right strategies were not put into place, she quit her job and moved back home. She was unfortunately covered in scars from being bit and grabbed by these teens. How do you decrease or even eliminate aggression? Let's start with step 1. An assessment for your child or client is like taking your car to a mechanic for a thorough inspection when the check engine light comes on. The light might indicate a problem, but without looking under the hood, you wouldn't know if it's a minor issue like a loose gas cap or something more serious like engine trouble. Similarly, when dealing with aggression in children with autism, an assessment helps us look beyond the symptom, which is aggression, to understand the full picture, including the child's strengths and needs. This way, we can address the root cause rather than just reacting to the surface problem. In some cases, the root cause of aggression is actually a medical or dental emergency. This is especially important to look at medical root causes if aggression is new or has escalated suddenly. But in all cases, we need to make sure that we rule out medical issues as much as possible, as pain from dental problems, ear infections, or even conditions like PANS or PANDAS, which I've covered in previous videos, can trigger aggression. Also, if a child is aggressive to themselves or others, it's important to seek out an individualized assessment from a board-certified behavior analyst if at all possible, while you follow the 4 steps that I'm going to cover now. So there are a bunch of assessments out there, but I recommend beginning with the Barbera Early Childhood Assessment, or BECA. This online software that I created in 2022 takes about 10 minutes to complete and provides baseline scores in problem behaviors, self-care, and language. Click the card on the screen now, or click the link in the description or comments below to start your free assessment after you watch this video. You'll be blown away with what you end up finding out. When diving into assessing aggression specifically, here's what I look for. What does the aggression look like? Is it hitting, biting, kicking, or pinching? Even attempts to bite or attempts to kick counts and should be counted. Number 2, how severe is the aggression? A 2-year-old swatting you is very different from a 12-year-old punching with a closed fist. Number 3, how often does it happen? Is this aggression happening once a week, 10 times a day, or only sporadically under very specific circumstances? And finally, when does the aggression happen most often, and when does it never occur? For example, is the child aggressive during transitions when the demands are high? And if he's in a pool or he's at an amusement park, aggression is not going to happen. Once we have a clear picture with our step number 1, which is assessment, we can move on to step number 2, which is planning. Planning includes setting realistic goals such as reducing aggression and increasing communication. My book, Turn Autism Around, actually includes a whole chapter on creating a practical, individualized plan based on the child's assessment to tackle problem behaviors, including aggression. I highly encourage you to order the Turn Autism Around book on Amazon, but you can also read the first chapter for free, listen to the second chapter for free, and get all the free book resources by going to turnautismaround.com or clicking the card on this screen now, or checking the link in the comments. However, in general, when planning to resolve aggression, I tend to emphasize prevention. We want to spend 95% of our time preventing problem behavior. Ask yourself, what would it take for my child to have a great day with no aggression? Usually this involves high levels of reinforcement. Make sure the child is motivated and rewarded for positive behaviors throughout the day, and also by lowering demands initially. Start with tasks the child enjoys and build up gradually. Usually when problem behaviors happen, the demands are too high, reinforcements too low. So we want to flip that and make reinforcements super high, demands super low. And once we have a child who's not aggressive, we can slowly increase demands while lowering reinforcement. Okay, so step 3 is intervention and teaching. Here's where we put our plan into action and implement strategies like pairing, manding, and using that positive reinforcement for good behaviors. For example, if we know a child gets aggressive during math time, we can introduce simple tasks to build confidence, such as number identification or counting visual cubes and putting them in piles of colors. These easy tasks that the child has long mastered long time ago will provide usually positive reinforcement and get the child more confident before putting them into a math class. Key point to remember is we really need to be spending 95% of our time preventing problem behaviors. Some other prevention strategies include keeping the child engaged in preferred tasks when we're unavailable, offering transition warnings to reduce any frustration going from highly preferred activity to less preferred, using high levels of positive reinforcement throughout the day. For example, praise and give reinforcement in a ratio of 8-to-1, 8 positives to every negative. If aggression does occur, it's no longer a win-win situation and will require reactive strategies that I'm not going to have time for in this short video. But you can minimize the impact of aggression by staying calm, redirecting the child, and thinking of ways to prevent future aggressive episodes. Now let's move on to our final step 4, which is data collection. One of the easiest ways to keep data is to get a monthly calendar and to mark any problem behaviors in red, any changes in medical conditions, any antibiotics, allergy shots, piece these together. Anything in red here is going to be captured behaviorally, if they have sleep problems, if they, like I said, are on a new medicine. That is one good way to keep track of a child's aggression so that we can constantly be trying to get the aggression and other major problem behaviors to at or near 0. By collecting data, you'll be the detective, uncovering what works and what doesn't. And over time, you can fine-tune your plan to reduce aggression even further. Aggression does not have to control your child or client's family life. I know my 4-step approach can really help you. However, it's just one piece of the puzzle. In my book, Turn Autism Around, as well as my online courses, I cover even more strategies step by step and show you videos so that your child or clients and you can make lots more progress. If you're ready to dive in right now, my free 1-hour workshop is a great place to start. You'll learn practical steps that you can implement immediately, and you'll get a special offer to join my online course and community, because this isn't just a one-time, let's get these behaviors under control. You really need to dive in to learn how you can help your child or clients reach his or her fullest potential now and in the future too. So click the links on or around this video to sign up for that free 1-hour workshop, and I hope to see you in our community real soon.